Hello everybody, welcome to this pick a card reading. My name is Gabby Turner, and today we've got 4 options, and we're going to be looking into the question, what are they telling their friends and family about you? We're also going to ask, are they even speaking to their friends and family about you? If not, we'll look further into it still, even if they're not. We'll see what's going on with them, how they're portraying your love connection with them, and what they just say about you as a person, all of that. So we have 4 options here, each represented by a heart-shaped donut. So you can see them before you. Number 1 is the pink donut with the little sprinkles. Number 1 is white ice donut with chocolate icing and sprinkles. Number 3 is red icing with a bumblebee. And number 4 is this teddy bear heart-shaped donut. So go ahead and get in touch with your intuition. You can use the timestamps below, chapters and also timestamps, and go to your option whenever you're ready. And I'll see you at your reading. All right, welcome to everyone who chose option number 1. So let's see if they're talking to their friends and family about you. We're going to look at these separately. So first we'll look at friends. Is pile 1's person of interest their partner or their love interest, their crush, whoever they're watching this for? Is that person talking to their friends about pile 1? Are they talking to their friends about pile 1? Yeah, they definitely are. And I feel like what they're saying is that they have developed really strong feelings for you, and I feel like they're saying that these feelings have come through for them very quickly and unexpectedly. Wow, it was almost like love at first sight is what they're saying. Yeah, it's like, also I feel like they, let me see. Yeah, it's like they feel that you're a very confident person. Yeah, they feel like you're very confident. You're very at ease with them, even though there's something very dramatic here that happened between the two of you that really took them by surprise. It's very electrifying. It was an electrifying magnetic attraction that happened between the two of you. But somehow or other, both of you were sort of able to keep your equilibrium, even though it was like it was like emotionally overwhelming, I think. You know, with the Tower card and also with the 9 of Cups, it's like emotional overindulgence. It's like super intense. Lots of huge emotions coming in all at once. And with the 8 of Swords reversed, I feel like they're saying that you, I don't know, they expected you to be more reserved or like more shy or something for some reason, but they felt like you weren't, or they were afraid that maybe you would be I'm trying to think of the right, like maybe like lacking in confidence, or they thought that maybe you would be insecure around them because I think of the type of person they are or something like that. They expected you to be intimidated by them, but you weren't. And it was especially surprising that you were not intimidated because the whole situation was intimidating, like on an emotional sense. So this person definitely has strong feelings, and they're telling their friends about it. I feel like they see you as a very calm and peaceful person, and that allowed them to have a lot more peace and equilibrium with all of this happening as well, because it was like super dramatic somehow. I feel like I'm at a loss for words, but like really like just love struck, you know, lightning struck, and the two of you fell for each other, and I feel like it was really intense, and there was just this sort of sense of knowing of like, I'm supposed to be with this person came into my life for a reason. Let me clarify this Emperor reversed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, you're coming through as the Queen and the King of Cups. I think that, you know, this person knew that the love or like the emotionality was definitely there. There was no lack of mutual intensive feelings for each other. But I think that this person does still have a question of, can the two of you make this more stable? They obviously desire it, and I think that they feel like because things happened in such a dramatic way that it must mean like the stars were bringing the two of you together, like the universe made the two of you collide into each other for some sort of reason. But it's difficult for them to know how to move this forward. They're not really sure what to do from here in order to create more of a firm foundation. Yeah. And they feel confident around you, but they also are just not sure if it's going to be able to last or if it's going to stabilize. They feel like in the end, they might disappoint you, that you might end up being disappointed. Like, it's sort of like, well, they liked who I was like at first. They really, really liked who I was at first. But, you know, am I going to be able to maintain that? You know, are we going to be able to maintain some sort of stability here, given how intense the beginning was? All right, so that's what they're saying to their friends about like the kind of the situation. So they're definitely acknowledging that this is a romantic connection and that they have feelings. They're not trying to hide that from their friends at all. And they definitely want stability here. I feel like they want to enjoy the fruits of all of what this has to offer. They want the two of you to have stability, but they just don't know how to do that. So let's also ask, when it comes to their friends specifically, how are they describing you? Okay, so we have Taurus reversed. There's something here like with Taurus reversed and Nine of Cups reversed, there's something overindulgent. So maybe you're a very sensual person. Maybe you like to drink. Maybe you're like really enjoy food. You know, whatever it is, like you enjoy the nice things in life. Maybe you like luxury or just excess or, like I said, just indulgence in some way. But I feel like this person appreciates that about you. They also see you as someone who is someone who's going to go your own way in life. Let me clarify. You have, I feel like, especially in terms of like maybe the way that you make money, you have an unusual career path, or you've like charted some sort of very independent, off the beaten path way of achieving financial security for yourself. They do see you as someone who really wants to achieve financial security, or who has, or who will, but they feel like you're very serious about your life path. It's like your life is your career in some way. So they do see you sort of married to your career, but you're married to a career that is unique, very unique in some way. And also secret love. What does that mean? Secret love. I think that they're telling people that you have not told other people about them. They're telling their friends a lot about you, but I feel like they're saying that you, pile one, have not been talking about them. And I think that they're saying that maybe the reason you're doing that, maybe the reason you're keeping it hidden is because you feel that it would affect your career. And you want that freedom to continue to be able to maneuver within whatever your life's goals are. They may also feel like you are just a little bit of a free spirit, even in terms of wanting to settle down into a relationship. They're not sure if you do want that or not. They feel like you might want to continue to be free and single and just focus on your career. Let's see what else they're saying about you. Okay, so we have the South Node in Taurus again, in the third house. There's something here about travel, though. You're someone who maybe travels for work or something about where you are. What is this? Oh, something about your family or like where you're from, the community that you're from. They're telling people about that. They feel that something about the community that you came from really shapes your values, or it has really, I'm sorry, I'm like struggling for words. It's really shaped who you are in life in some way. It's made some sort of big impact on who you are. Your family or community growing up or the culture that you came from is really important to you, I feel like. And there's something about where you come from that makes you want to be a very giving person as well. And that also is what drives you in your career. So you may have a career that where there's an intention of really helping other people, philanthropy, charity, some sort of service where you really understand people who have been through difficult times in some way. I'm also getting like it could be a healthcare field, although if it is healthcare, it's something that's unique within the healthcare field. Also feel like it could be helping people with mental illness or helping people who are in prison. Those are all 12th house issues. But you really care a lot about helping people. And they do find you to be a really excellent conversationalist. Also, someone who's very firm in their knowledge. You have a lot of knowledge, and you're someone who likes to talk about all of what you know. And I think everything that we've just said so far, these are all things that you've communicated to this person, and they're telling people that you're really interested in this aspect of life. You're really interested in what you're doing for your career because you see it somehow as benefiting the people back home. You feel a great deal of responsibility for your family or, the community where you come from. And you're thinking about the long term, your long range goals. I do keep feeling like there's something about travel as well. Okay. Yeah, there's something about travel, and maybe the two of you live far apart, or there's some sort of difference in culture. But I also feel like there's something about travel. I heard in my head like time travel even. But like, or like interdimensional travel or something like that. Like maybe they see you as someone who believes in those things or who has experienced those things as well and talks about them. But also it could be like just an emphasis on world travel, or they know that you've traveled a lot or that you're interested in traveling a lot. There's some blockage, though, between the two of you where your experiences are very different in terms of the amount of travel that you've done or your belief systems or something like that. There is something about the two of you that is a blockage. This person really admires you. I will say that. They really admire you. And I feel like, let's see here. I think that you both really inspire each other to grow in certain ways. You both have like really accomplished a lot on your own, but you also you've accomplished things sort of differently, or your strengths are different but complementary, I feel like this person thinks that the two of you together could accomplish more than either of you separately, even though each of you separately is still accomplishing a whole lot. All right, so that's a lot. So they're talking a lot to their friends about you. Let's see what they're saying to their family about you. Or even if they're talking to their family, we'll ask that first. All right, so it's group one's person of interest, partner, etc., crush, whoever they're watching this for. Is that person talking to their family about group one? Yes. Yeah, I don't think that they're going into quite as much detail as they are with their friends, but they are talking again about that like emotional intensity, and that they felt sort of confused about like, well, how did this happen so suddenly? But you seem so calm throughout all of it. That's what they're telling their family as well. So it is similar to what they're telling their family, just that part about, wow, we met and it was so sudden and unexpected, but the chemistry was undeniable and they seemed so calm, and that was surprising to me. All right, so what else? How are they describing you to their... Let's just ask if it's much different. I mean, if it's the same thing, we don't have to say it all over. Is it much different from what they've already said? How are they describing pile one to their family? Is it the same? Is it basically the same? No, I think it is somewhat different. Okay, so we'll see what it is. So what are they, how are they describing you? Okay, they are still talking about the career focus. They're telling their family that you're really good looking. Sagittarius reverse. I feel like they're not telling your family exactly what it is you do for a living. They are saying that you're very career driven, but I think they're not saying that about your belief systems or what it is you do for a living that's kind of like unusual. They're not necessarily telling their family that part of it. Yeah, because you're a very unique individual, kind of rebellious or something. I feel like they don't think that their family would be like as open to that, but their friends, they feel like don't have a problem with it. Some of their family members might even have conflicting views that are viewpoints or perspectives that would conflict with your opinions about things, or like why you chose the particular unique career path that you chose. Okay, how else are they portraying you to their family? Okay, Mercury, again, they're saying that you're very intelligent. They're telling their family that you're someone who talks a lot about your feelings, and that you are someone who talks a lot about significant events that have shaped you in your life, especially really maybe traumatic things. You're not afraid to talk about traumatic experiences. Yeah, you're not, also, it could be like you're not afraid to talk about financial issues or issues of, wealth inequity or like wealth differences, or how money can be used as a form of power, that type of thing, that you're not afraid of talking about that. That you believe in fairness, I think. You really care. I mean, like you take it personally. And that could be something also that relates to your upbringing or something like that. Like it's just very important to you that people are treated fairly. It may be about finances, or it may be something else, or just generally speaking, like you don't appreciate people being taken advantage of or mistreated or having power wielded over them. And they feel like you're someone who really has a lot of empathy. Yeah, extreme empathy. Cancer and Pisces here. Like, you can really put yourself in someone else's shoes. So even if it's not something about where you came from, you can look at other people who've been through hard times and be like, yeah, this person does not deserve what they're experiencing. And this is the type of thing that you enjoy talking about, and you have a lot of passion for these types of issues. So that's what I'm getting for what they're saying about you to their friends and family. That was very interesting. Let me know how that resonated for you in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, welcome group 2, those of you who chose this donut. I'm looking forward to trying that donut, by the way, because I think it has cookies and cream filling in the inside, which sounds pretty good to me. So we're going to ask first about their friends. Does this person talk to their friends about you? And then we'll look into that, and then we'll look at family, because it could be different. So for everyone who chose group 2, their person of interest, their crush, their romantic partner, whoever it is, do they talk to their friends about group 2? They do talk to their friends. This King of Cups keeps wanting to come up. Yeah, so they definitely tell their friends that they have feelings for you. They talk to some degree about their feelings. Yeah, they definitely open up about their feelings. I feel like they've told their friends that they are actually in love with you, that you are the person of their dreams. You're the one for them. I do feel also, though, they tell their friends that the two of you have arguments sometimes, and that you sometimes are annoyed with them. They tell their friends about that. There have been arguments, and that you get annoyed with them. And I think they might go to their friends for advice about that, actually, because I think they're saying something to their friends like, you know what, like, I didn't even mean it in any kind of negative way. Like, what I said or what I did, like, I was trying to show that I cared, and it must have come out the wrong way. Like, I stuck my foot in my mouth or something. And Pal 2 got so upset, and she got really heated and mad at me. Or he, like Pal 2, whoever you are. They're saying that you seem to, they are telling their friends that they seem to make you mad sometimes, even though they're actually trying to show you that they're attracted to you and that they care about you. I think they are saying that you do seem to be cooling down more now than you were in the past, that you're a bit calmer now than you were in the past. And they feel like the reason why is because that you seem now afraid of losing them. Like, maybe in the past you weren't as invested, or you were just so angry that you didn't think about it, about the idea that your anger might cause you to lose them. But something has caused you to rethink that. And they feel like you really do want a future with them now. And that because of that, you've toned down the anger, or like you've realized that that they're not really trying to upset you, and so you're trying not to get angry like that again. Yeah, I feel like you definitely don't want to lose this person. I feel like you do really care about them, or that's what they're telling their friends, right? They feel that way, and that's what they're telling their friends. They feel like you sometimes don't know how to approach them when you are upset about something, though, because everybody's going to get upset about things sometimes. And it's like you have two speeds. You're either in like beast mode and you're like going off and like really being angry at them, or you're like really holding it all in and bottling it all up because you're scared of losing them. So I feel like they're telling their friends that they've noticed that about you. They do feel again, like they definitely see you as someone they want to be with long term, and they feel like your behavior demonstrates that you must want that too, because you seem scared of losing them. That's what they feel. Yeah. Sometimes though, they feel like you do. Let me see. Yeah, and again, it's like you go back and forth. Sometimes they feel like you're really clingy, and sometimes it feels like you need a lot of space from them. And they feel like both, either way, it seems to come from a place of you're scared of abandonment. They feel like you have some sort of fear of abandonment. You definitely, I don't know, they keep telling their friends that you seem like you're scared that you might lose them. But sometimes you shut them out, and they think that it's because you get scared. They think that sometimes when you put a wall up, it's because you get scared, and also because you can't figure out how to communicate your feelings in a way that feels safe to you. Even if it's positive, I think, you know, from their point of view and in terms of what they're telling their friends. All right. So how are they describing you just as a person, which may or may not have to do with your all's relationship or connection, but just how do they describe you to their friends? So we have intuitive reverse. I think that goes back to, like, you know, they see you as someone who's not really in touch with your own feelings. And because of that, you don't know how to express them. We have artist reversed. Yeah, again, it's like that self-expressive part of you is very inhibited. Although I feel like in the bedroom, if the two of you have, you know, had sex together, you seem to show your feelings in the bedroom. So in that context, they can tell that you're into them. But other than that, you know, it is hard for you to show how you feel from their perspective, you know. May or may not be correct, but that's what they're telling their friends. They think that you always want to know how they feel, though. Like, you're super, like, you dissect them completely. You don't dissect your own emotions as much, like this is how they see it. They don't see you, like, looking inward and being self-reflective as much about your feelings, but you seem like laser focused on trying to figure them out. And you are also like, wow, with the Lilith energy, like, you are a powerhouse. Like, you will not be told what to do. You're not a wallflower. You know, I feel like you just demand respect from them. Or just in general, not just with them, but like, you're the type of person who's just always going to demand respect. And you definitely want respect in terms of this connection. You would not allow this to be some sort of secretive or hidden love or like an affair or anything like that. Like, you would just not be accepting that, you know? I feel like they do also tell their friend that you seem, like I said, with this detective and stalker, that you do seem to, like, pay attention to what they're up to. Like, maybe you're, you know, looking at their social media and stuff. Maybe you're even looking at their phone or something. Like, but I clarified it with these cards. Like, I feel like it goes both ways, and they tell their friends that as well. Like, they also, they are also paying attention a lot to what you do as well. That the two of you seem a little bit obsessed with each other. But the obsession is different because you, like, they feel like you obsess about them in a more intellectual type of a way. And they obsess about you in a much more emotional kind of a way. This is what they're telling their friends. What else? How are they describing what are they telling their friends about you? What are they saying to their friends about you? Like it's this one. Okay, we have the North Node in Sagittarius in the 6th house. They feel like you're definitely a person of faith. But I feel like they are saying that you're someone who has maybe perfected your approach to spiritual matters, and your spiritual belief system is something that you have worked on over time. Like you feel, because the 6th house is all about perfecting things. You know, it's like my spiritual belief system, my approach to spirituality and or religion is never good enough. But you're very focused on that. The North Node is also a very challenging energy. It's an energy where we really care about that aspect of life. But it's a process, you know, it's a process of unfolding. So they see you as someone who has a lot of, well, I would say strong belief systems. It doesn't necessarily just have to do with spirituality, but you care about, it could be like, you know, your perspective, your worldview, your political views, philosophical, your education. You could be also someone who's extremely focused on education. But whatever it is, you're someone who continues to develop in these areas of life over time. You feel, you seem like someone who's driven to a greater and greater and greater and greater understanding. So you're someone who is going to be putting a lot of work into developing your wisdom and your knowledge, whether that's spiritual wisdom or knowledge, or like educationally, or in terms of understanding like world politics, or like philosophical issues, whatever, or maybe all of the above. You are a very idealistic person as well, and they see you as someone who's constantly reevaluating or like refining your ideals. Okay, we'll see one more thing about what they tell their friends about you, and then we'll move on to family. Okay, we have the North Node and South Node. In Taurus. They're definitely talking about your money, or what you do for money, or like your approach to earning money. Let me pull out, let me get some tarot here. I feel like that may be also something that's changed over time, is your approach to financial issues have changed over time. Or you've changed what you do for work. Oh, it could be also like maybe you have gotten some sort of education to allow you to access a particular career. Yeah, they tell people about your journey to getting your career, which I think for a lot of you involved whatever education that you had to get, education or training that you got in order to, or knowledge that you had to obtain, knowledge or experience that you had to obtain in order to achieve the particular career that you're in. And I feel like they're telling people that what you do for a living is very different from what they do for a living. and or your approach to money and finances is very different from their approach. But they do still feel like the two of you could probably, it's not like a point of conflict per se. They feel like the two of you have a sort of understanding, even though you have some sort of difference here. Yeah, I mean, they feel pretty confident. I feel like they do see, I think they tell their friends like there are certain challenges that the two of you would have to overcome because of some sort of differences that you have from each other, but they do still feel confident that the two of you could overcome them. And they compare what the two of you have to what they see their friends having or other people that they know who are in successful relationships. And they're like, well, other people, you know, have overcome things that were even more challenging than this. So I don't see why we couldn't overcome that. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for what they're saying to their friends. Let me try to clear this up as quickly as possible, and then we'll see what they're saying to their family. All right, so are they talking to their family about you? Are they talking to their family about you? Yes. Wow. I feel like this is what, I mean, it's kind of the same thing, you know, like they find you to be extremely attractive. And they feel like you're the one for them. You're the person of you are their ideal romantic partner. Oh, my kitten. She had to have her teeth cleaned a couple of days ago, and she had to have anesthesia for it, and she's still a little bit like, I don't know, she hasn't shrugged it off completely. I don't know, I think it was difficult for her. But anyway. Yeah, they are also telling their family about this issue of, like I was saying before, like they do feel like there would be challenges that the two of you would have to face in order to make it work, or in order to continue to make it work. But they can't see themselves wanting to be with anyone else. And they're like, whatever these challenges are, they're totally doable. You know, like I've found the one for me. Like, why would I want to waste my time looking for anyone else? Is there anything else they're telling their family that is different from what we've already seen? No, I think it's pretty much the same. Okay, so that's it. I mean, I guess there's nothing else to say. They're telling their family basically what we've already said, that you are someone who has strong opinions, strong belief systems, or a strong emphasis on improving your education or your level of wisdom, whether that's spiritual or academic or whatever it happens to be. And you're someone who's always wanting to improve yourself. Like they also tell your family this, that like you never feel that you're good enough, not in like a low self-esteem way, but in a constantly being interested in self-development. They tell their family that. So that's it. So that was a very interesting reading. I hope that it was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hello, Group 3. Welcome to your reading. So if you notice some crunching noises in the background, that's my cat eating her food. So you get a little bit of free ASMR with your reading today. So we're going to be asking, what are they telling their friends and family about you? We're going to start off with their friends, and first we'll just see, are they talking to their friends about you, first of all? If not, then we'll look more deeply into it. Okay, so we are getting a no here for you guys. They're not talking to their friends. We have the Queen of Swords upright, the 5 of Wands reversed, and the 4 of Pentacles reversed. I kind of feel like this person is not really sure what... they're not really sure that the two of you have a stable and secure foundation. And so I feel like they are kind of just keeping it to themselves right now. Yeah, I mean, I do feel like they have romantic feelings with this Knight of Cups, but they're not the type of person to like tell everybody what's on their heart. And especially in this case, they just feel like, I think that they feel like they could still get their heart broken, honestly. They are sort of afraid that they could get their heart broken over you. So they don't want to go telling everybody that they have feelings for you, only for it to topple down. Yeah, because we have the 4 of Pentacles reversed, showing that they don't feel like there's a good foundation. And they just feel like there's some sort of level of instability. Some of them, I feel like, even think that their friends might actually interfere between the two of you. That like their friends could even be causing trouble. Okay, so if they were to tell their friends about you, like what would they say? And then we'll get into the family and see. If they were going to tell their friends, they would say, like, you know, I'm involved with pile 3. We're very passionately interested in each other. And we don't want to be foolish about it. We don't want to jump in foolishly. Or we don't want to jump the gun. But we are involved with each other. And I see it being something substantial. I see this being someone I can be with for a long time. If they were to talk to your friends, which, like I said, it doesn't seem like they are, but I just want to give you a little bit more information from the reading rather than just a no. How would they describe you? What would they say about you as a person? They would say pile 3 is very sweet and very pure, kind of laid back, a little bit reserved. But pile 3 has a secret wild side, and I get to see that wild side. That's what they would say. Yeah. You would be surprised. They would tell their friends if they were to tell the truth about you. They would say you would be surprised at the passion that lies within pile 3, because people do not usually get to see that. Let's see what else they would say about you. So we have Sun in Cancer. The 3rd house keeps coming up in all the readings. So they would say that you are someone who's very warm and fuzzy. They would say warm and fuzzy. You are someone who's very guarded about your own emotions. And that also might be part of why they're not talking to their friends about you, is they want to protect your own emotional security, or, you know, they don't want to, because I think you're someone who feels emotionally vulnerable a lot. So you yourself don't disclose a lot about your own feelings or what's going on with you personally, unless you really, 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 really trust someone. They would say that you're someone who will love to have a conversation about anything. You love to get to know people through conversations about shared interests or different interests. You love to learn from other people, see what other people are passionate about, and talk to them about it. They might say that part of what allows the two of you to get closer to each other even is your ability to really have deep conversations where you maybe reveal some aspects of who you are personally, but through discussion of like interests. Like you could talk about like, this is the type of music I like, or the type of books that I like, or these are the places that I want to travel in the world, you know? Just anything, you know, in the third house, any sort of communication. It's a very curious sign. So they would also say you're someone who will ask a lot of questions. When you care about someone, you will ask a lot of questions and you will really try to get to know everything about that person. And they like that about you. And they feel that in those kinds of conversations, that's kind of how they get to know you better as well, because you do keep a lot hidden beneath the surface. So whatever your interests are, whatever your intellectual interests or whatever you're curious about, or whatever, just get your head going, that you're captivated by and love to talk about, they learn about you through those things. So if you're saying like, this is the type of interest, I like these particular genres, or these are the kinds of books that I like. These are the places that I visited, and this is why I liked visiting this place, and this is why I didn't like visiting this place. You know, it seems like it's just casual conversation almost, but you do reveal a lot about yourself through those conversations. We'll pull one more set of cards here. Okay. I feel like they see you as someone who likes to meet people who have learned more or experienced more or like something than they have, because it feels like something that you need more of in your life. Like you like to meet like eccentric people, probably eccentric people, and also people who have really open minds and have been out and seen more of the world than you have, or have had like crazy weird experiences, because your North Node is, well, not necessarily, but in this reading, that's the energy. North Node with Uranus and Sagittarius means that you want to obtain more of these qualities of Uranus and Sagittarius. So this is very free-spirited, original thinker, visionary, avant-garde. You're very interested in people like that. And you yourself are also like this, but you like to gravitate towards people who have even more intensified of these kind of avant-garde and eccentric qualities, because it's something that your soul is trying to become more like in this lifetime. Yeah. So like visionaries and free thinkers, you're attracted to those types of people, and you give off that vibe yourself, I think. Okay, so let's see if they're talking to their family about you. All right, for group 3, is their romantic partner talking to their family? I definitely think that they're viewing you as like a serious partnership, or serious partnership potential if you're not officially in a relationship. That's what they see this being or becoming. Okay, are they talking to their family about you? They are. Okay, so to their family, they're more free of opening up. Like I said, with the friends, it's almost like with the friends, they have some friends that they feel like would even try to come between the two of you. But we have also 3 major arcana, the Sun card coming up, the Hanged Man, and the stars. And the sun and the stars, I mean, the sun is a star, right? So there's lots of bright quality. I feel like, wow, they are telling their family, like, wow, pile 3 has like really like opened my mind to some different thought processes, some different experiences. All of that stuff that we were just talking about being a free thinker and all of that. I think also they tell their family, I feel so free to be my true self around pile 3. I can just let it all hang out. I can be weird and quirky, and pile 3 totally embraces all of that. In fact, they seem to encourage it in me. And They tell pile 3 that you seem sort of like magical or whimsical in a way, that there's something so innocent about you, and yet so wise at the same time. Like, you seem so innocent, and you're pure. You're a very pure soul, extremely pure soul, angelic. You know, they say that you're angelic. Extremely warm and caring. That keeps coming up. That came up, like, if they were to talk to their friends, they would have said that too. Like, they see you as someone who just gives off this very warm, it's like a warm embrace. It's like being in your energy. You know when people say, like, this person walked in and it's like the whole room lit up? Well, you are that person. And they tell their family that about you. And it's like being in your energy, being near you, it's just like a warm embrace. Even if you're not actually embracing, like, that's just how it feels to be around you. It's very warm. And it feels so relaxing. They feel so relaxed. They feel so at ease around you. So what are they telling their family in terms of, like, what the situation is? I think they're saying, like, you know, I'm not sure. They're telling their family, I'm not sure yet where things are going for us. We're sort of taking things one day at a time. They're also saying, I'm not really sure what pile 3 wants out of this, but we do have feelings for each other, and that is definite. I think that they are also telling their family that there seems to be a lot of obstacles for the two of you, and that they are interested in, you know, getting through those obstacles and creating a more stable foundation for this, because they do see you as someone who they would want to have an established, serious, long-term relationship with. They think you probably do too, but they're not totally sure where your head is at. And there are just a lot of confusing factors going on. So they kind of explain all of that to their family. So beyond what we've already said, how do they describe you as a person to their family? Stalker. Saboteur. Mystic, high roller. I think there are certain things about you. They to their family, they definitely emphasize that sort of like pure, angelic, innocent quality, and some of the other qualities that are a little bit more edgy, or that could be seen as controversial in some way. They're not necessarily telling their family about those things. Let's see. I think with the stalker card, it's actually that maybe the two of you met online. Maybe you met online through some sort of shared interest. It could have been like you met online, but I think it may not have been like a dating site, but you maybe met online through some sort of wanting to work together on some project, or you had some sort of shared interest. It could have been like a shared interest group or something, like some kind of forum where you go to connect with people who have some sort of shared interest. Or something where you're trying to collaborate with other people, that type of thing. Or like some kind of online organization or something. Let's see. Whoops. Oh. Yeah. I think that you are like, you're kind of adventurous. You're a bit of a risk taker, but I think they don't necessarily tell that to their family. So in terms of who you are as a person, they try to just focus, I think, on that you're like this innocent, pure angel who's such a ray of sunshine. But they do think these other things. They do think that you're kind of a risk taker. They feel that you're someone who's, secretly, you're very kind, but secretly you are not afraid to kind of put yourself first. Especially when it comes to like getting ahead with your goals and things like that. You're like, listen, we might be friends, but like, I really want this and I want it more than you. So I'm not afraid to go after it. If that means that you have to lose, even though you're my friend, like, you're like, a competition is a competition, like you're out here to compete. So they do feel that way about you. They feel like, this is a weird thing to say, but I'm going to say it. They feel like you're the type of person who, if you wanted to be a cult leader, you could be. Like, you're not, like, because I feel like partly like you just, I don't know, you probably just wouldn't want to do that, but like you would have the ability to, like you could influence people to get on board with you about anything if you wanted to. Like you're a very persuasive person. You have some sort of almost like mystical way of being able to infiltrate a person's mind and influence their thinking and their behavior. So they think that way about you as well. But I don't think, like I said, I don't think they're saying all of that to their family. Anything else that they are saying to their family, or if not, if it's different than just more of what they think about you themselves that they're not saying. Okay, so this is more of what they're thinking about you that they're not necessarily saying. They really love analyzing the conversations that the two of you have. They feel very attracted to you mentally through some sort of shared ideas or something. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how long that was happening, but I just looked up and noticed that part of my little camera cover thing was partly closed over the camera. So sorry about it. Anyway, I think that they feel like the two of you really connect a lot through intellectual conversations. You're a good match intellectually, and they love kind of analyzing the conversations that you have for some reason. What does that mean? Why do they like to analyze the conversations that you have? Because you definitely don't always see eye to eye on certain things, but they still are very intrigued by some of the things that you say because it seems to come from some sort of profound experience or like even painful experience. Like a lot of the way that you view the world, it seems to come from a place of like having experienced deep pain and sorrow and not wanting to ever experience that again and not wanting other people to ever experience the pain or sorrow that you've had. So yeah, they really like overanalyze things that you've said, because it's almost like they psychoanalyze you based on conversations that may not even be about emotional issues. They still psychoanalyze those conversations to learn more about you. So that's what we learned here. So they're not telling everyone everything about you, but they are at least talking to their family about what a sweet angel you are. And a lot of this other stuff they're keeping to themselves for now, it looks like. So I hope that was a helpful reading to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Welcome to everybody who chose option number 4. This teddy bear donut. I don't know how much this shows up on camera, but it's decorated to look like a teddy bear. There you go. Okay. So we're going to ask, are they talking to their friends and family about you? We're going to look at friends first and then family, so because it could be different for, you know, maybe they're talking to one but not the other. All right, so is group 4's person talking to their own family about group 4? Let's see here. Okay. They're talking about... Yes, they are. They are saying that the two of you are very peaceful together. Let me see here. Yeah, they feel like they feel like there's some decision that the two of you have to make. I think for a lot of you, this is like definitely a relationship, but what is the decision? I feel like the two of you are trying to decide whether or not to continue in the relationship, or if you're not in a relationship, it's like trying to decide, should we take it to that next level and make it official or something like that. But you're at some sort of crossroads. Although it seems like, you know, generally you feel mostly at peace, or they're telling their friends that the two of you feel mostly at peace as you approach this crossroads and try to figure this out. They're telling their friends that they feel really attached, but less attached than they were. And they're telling their friends that you always wanted this to be official, or you cared about like having a traditional committed relationship, but now you seem less interested in that. There does seem to be sort of a chasm here between the two of you. For a lot of you, it's like, I feel like they're saying like, we love each other, but there are issues. And for the folks who are not in a relationship with this person yet, we love each other, but there are issues, and we both are attached to each other. But like, should we actually get together officially, or should we take it to that next level of commitment or not? And some of you may be also thinking about like, well, should we end our relationship, or should we take a break or have some sort of separation? You know, it's hard to say because there are a lot of people watching, but definitely it feels like they're saying we're in love with each other, and yet we're at some sort of crossroads, but we're trying to approach it and to sort of remain calm. Yeah, like they're saying we're not fighting with each other or anything like that. There's nothing like that going on. Our conversations with each other are very calm, but we both do acknowledge there are some issues here. All right, and anything else important they're saying about the actual connection between the two of you to their friends? No, it's just like, wow. I mean, there's something serious, some sort of serious crossroads or decision that the two of you mutually have to make together. And like I said, it just feels like maybe you've been stuck in I don't know, you've been stuck at this place for a while, not knowing which direction to go yet. And it's almost like something's got to give. But it's just like it won't tip either way. we seem stuck. We care about each other. We're at a crossroads, but we were really, really stuck about how to make this decision about what to do about our relationship. Okay. So how do they describe you just as a person? Like, how would they describe you to their friends? What are they saying to their friends just about who you are? Like, what are your personal qualities according to them, according to how they talk to their friends about you? You're a very emotional person. I feel like they say that you do show a lot of emotions. I feel like the two of you have a history. You definitely have a long history together. It's like you come across as a very emotional person, but there's still a lot emotionally that's kind of beneath the surface. Yeah, you come across as someone who puts your heart on your sleeve in a big way. Like you come across maybe as sort of like emotionally dramatic. Let me clarify here. Yeah, sometimes you come across that way, but also they feel like you channel a lot of your emotional intensity into your work and into your passions. I think basically they're saying like you're a very over the top person, like you're a quote unquote strong personality, and it comes across as you being very emotional about personal things, but actually a lot of your personal life you keep more to yourself, but you channel all of the energy from that into things that you're passionate about. Definitely your career goals, and like any sort of like big life goal that you have, because like you do things in a really big way. Like you're someone who like gets seen. You are someone who gets noticed. You take up space and you get results, So they're saying this to people about you. To their friends in particular. Like, how else do they describe you to their friends? Interesting. I feel like you have a secret, kind of quiet and reserved side. In public, you're like this big, bombastic, like getting a lot of attention. But like in private, you are very private. You're very private in private. And in public, you seem like someone who's like letting it all hang out. But it's like, primarily, you do that for the way that it helps to propel your career or your public status or something like that. They might say that you have some issues with your mother, or if you yourself are a mother, that maybe that presents difficulties for you sometimes. Either your own mother does, and or like you as a mother struggle with motherhood. And they feel like whatever that happens to be, they don't really know how to help you. Part of it is because you're so closed off when it comes to your personal life. And even though this person is part of your personal life, they feel like they're blocked out of certain, like certain aspects of your personal life that you don't necessarily want to include them on. Yeah, I do kind of feel like there are things that you reveal with one group of people and things that maybe you reveal with another group of people, etc., and so on. So they themselves feel like there's a lot that you kind of hide from them about issues that are going on between you and other different people that you have personal relationships with. And I think that you have a lot of people in your life personally. A lot of friends, a lot of family, etc., like people who you are personally engaged with, but it's like none of these individual people or groups of people know exactly what's going on between you and any of the others. Or at least that's what your person is telling their friends. I feel like they do think that there's some conflicts that you've got going on with different people in your life that they don't necessarily know about, but they suspect. They suspect maybe, for example, like maybe you're not getting along with your mother or something like that. Or even your children, maybe, that you're not getting along with your children, but it feels like they don't know the whole story here. Okay, so that's what's going on. That's what they're saying to their friends about you. Let's see if they're talking to their family about you, and if so, what they are saying. Okay, are they talking to their family about you? They are not talking to their family about you. I feel like when it comes to their family, they feel like what's going on between the two of you is so confusing that, and they feel so mentally stuck about it because they themselves have no idea like what's going to happen between the two of you. They don't even know what to tell their family, you know. They don't want to say like, well, we're definitely going in this direction, or we're definitely going in this direction, because they really don't know. But I do feel like the two of you have known each other for a while, or this feels like it's like an ongoing relationship with a lot of history. So I'm just curious, like, you know, they may not be talking about this particular situation, but do they talk to their family about like who you are as a person? It seems like they don't. Like, it seems like they keep a lot of this to themselves when it comes to their family. It's almost like they view what's going on between the two of you as like sacred territory or something. Like, I feel like they feel almost like it wouldn't be right to talk to you about their family. But they do talk to you about their with their friends, but to their family. Why do they feel like it's not appropriate? It's like they feel like they're not allowed to reveal things about their personal connection to you, to their family. Maybe they get the impression from you that you don't want them to. You know, and they might say certain things to their family about you, but I think it's like they're just painting maybe a rosy picture of things. There's a lot that they're not saying, though, like the reality of what's going on between the two of you. They're not saying, yeah, secret love reversed. In this case, sometimes reversals intensify the energy, and that's what I feel like here. Secret love, it's like, I think it's not a secret maybe that the two of you are together, but like a lot of what's going on in your connection with each other is secret, or a lot of what's going on in your all's personal lives is secretive. And they just don't feel, or maybe they don't feel close to their family, or some combination. You know, I think that they, you know, when they are around their family, they are thinking about you, but they're thinking about the fact that we have air reversed and trickster reversed. Like, and this to me is representing your person. I feel like your person has a way of influencing you not to talk about certain issues without necessarily saying it. It's like an unspoken rule. Oh, my little camera cover keeps coming up over the camera. Sorry about that. I don't know how long it's been there. Yeah, they definitely want certain things to be kept private. This is a very private person, but you know, your family might think that they know a lot about going on because there's a lot that this person is very public about. They probably have a career where they're like more of like a public figure in some way, or they have a very public presence on social media or something like that. So it looks like it looks like everything's out in the open, but no, there's like most of everything about your person's personal life is very, very hidden. I think that you probably would want to be, or gosh, I'm getting this confused. Yeah, you would probably want to be more open with your family, but it's like you feel like or they would want to be more open. I've gotten confused now about because my camera thing interrupted me. Anyway, they would want to be more open with their family about what's going on here. You're the one who wants to keep secrets. Wow. Or is there anything else that they think about you that you are not aware of? Any opinions that they have of you or anything? They feel like you have a very unusual family dynamic. Going back, that was earlier, but like that mother card reversed, I mean, they feel like there's something about your family where it's very strange, or they feel like your family relationships with your siblings and your parents, you have very unusual relationships with your siblings and parents. And maybe there's something about that is the reason why everything is so secretive and things can't be said publicly. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I feel like it does bother them. It causes them anxiety. Wow, it causes them a lot of anxiety and pain. Like stuff that's going on in your family affects them very, 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 very strongly. Oh my goodness. It's like it couldn't hurt them more. It's like it hurts them as much as anyone could be hurt by something. They feel that things in your family life are unfair to you. That the way that your family does things, it ends up being unfair to you. Like maybe you take on unnecessary burdens for your family. Even keeping secrets for your family. They feel like that is... They would rather just be open and honest about everything, but they feel like your family expects so much secrecy and everything. So why do they feel comfortable telling their friends about it, but not their family? I think that they just feel safer with their friends. Like they feel like maybe their friends would be better at helping them to understand what they could actually do about all of this. And with their family, it's like... Maybe like they just don't want to bother their family with all of it because they just feel like their family wouldn't understand. But their friends, they feel like could kind of understand better and might even give them some good advice. So that's kind of what I'm getting here. I hope that all makes sense. Sorry about the camera shadow thing getting in the way there and getting distracted. But I hope that the reading was still helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.